Welcome to the Let's Manifest podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alyssa Esposito, a certified life coach and manifestation expert dedicated to helping you design and live a life that you absolutely love. Together, we're diving into the magic of the law of attraction, quantum physics, and powerful personal development techniques. Whether you're new to manifestation or seeking inspiration, this podcast offers clarity, motivation, and actionable insights. So are you ready? Let's make it happen. If you've ever wondered, why do some manifestations feel effortless while others seem to be impossible? What if I have negative emotions? Will I block what I'm trying to manifest? Or perhaps you've wondered, how can I speed up my manifestations? Well, this episode is for you. Today, I'm talking about how emotions influence your manifestations. I'm going to start with a little reality check. You don't manifest what you want. Wouldn't it be nice if manifestation was as simple as Uber Eats or Amazon Prime? You want something, you order it, and it shows up at your door. It would be amazing if manifestation worked like that, where you just request something of the universe and magically it showed up in your life. Well, as you probably guessed, unfortunately, it's just not that simple. Manifesting requires thought, clarity, aligned emotions, and to take aligned, inspired action. So today we're going to talk about emotions and how they are an integral part of the manifestation process. Perhaps you've heard the quote, "You don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are being." What does that quote tell us? It means that we don't just manifest on thought alone, right? We talked about how you can't just order something. 2, having one negative thought won't jinx you. It won't cancel your request of the universe or block your manifestation. And 3, it takes more than just thought. It takes a shift in our energy, in our identity, and our consciousness. The universe responds to our energy. That's our emotions, our thoughts, our actions. This all comprises who we are being. It responds to our dominant emotions, our intentions that are behind our actions, and our faith. Let's get back to those questions. Why do some things seem so effortless to manifest? Well, number one, you sometimes are in 100% faith that it will come to you. So this is probably depending on what it is you're trying to manifest, how big it is, and your experience in manifesting things. And it really comes down to how much do you believe it. I'm guessing that your brain probably thinks it's a little easier to manifest a free lunch than a $20,000 check in the mail. While it's really all the same in the quantum as far as the potential to happen, it's the human aspect of managing your belief, managing your mind that actually limits us. Growing your belief, growing your faith, those manifestation muscles, we'll call it for a lack of better terms, comes with time and patience, and also some practice. The more experience that you have with intentionally manifesting what you want, the easier it becomes so that you can believe that you can do this. You can manifest big things, that you can choose what you want to experience in life. Another reason that it comes easily is that you have detached from the state of needing it. If you are detached, that means your emotions are probably more impartial. Your certainty, you have confidence or clarity about it. You're in gratitude, abundance. You're just not hanging on or latching on to one thing that you absolutely need. If you are in this energy of thinking that you absolutely need the $5,000, the extra client, the new promotion, it just means that need is coming from the energy of scarcity, lack. And if you're needing something, you're just not in alignment energetically with it. When we are in alignment energetically and we're a match for something, that's when things come to us effortlessly. Who you are now may not be the who actually has those items. Depending on what you're trying to manifest, if it's something small and it doesn't take a big identity shift, that's going to come a lot easier to you in life than it's something where you need to really level up, become a different version of yourself. Think, act, and have different emotions to get that big manifestation. Now, other things can be really hard. Why? Well, there's numerous reasons. We talked about belief, right? If it's something really big that you're trying to manifest, something that's going to require you to evolve into that next version, something that the current you, that current identity just thinks that it's impossible or they're not capable of manifesting, then that's going to either not come to you or it's going to take a lot longer because you're going to have to become a match. You're going to have to grow as a person. And that's why personal development in a manifestation is so important in order to get that. We talked about belief and the amount of belief for a large manifestation. Honestly, it's not harder to believe in something. It's just if your brain takes a big leap and you're not convinced yourself that it's true or it is possible, you have that shred of doubt, that means you're not in belief. And that doubt state of energy is going to prevail. Remember, in order to manifest new things in life, we just need to shift our identity. You can't think and act and do the same things that you're doing now and expect different results. Manifesting is not just about the thinking. Let's look at it from the emotional standpoint. I want you to think about this. The universe says yes. If you say, I need $5,000 more this month, the emotion behind that is desperation, frustration, maybe some stuckness or lack. The universe says, yes, here is more needing it. If you aren't sure and you're in disbelief, right, that something's going to happen for you or that you're going to be able to manifest it or you're going to be able to do this next big thing that's asked for you, the emotion underneath that thought is uncertainty. So the universe says, here's more uncertainty. If you don't think you can have it, sometimes people look at people who have a bunch of success and they said, that's amazing for them. I don't think I'm capable of that. And the emotion behind that is unworthiness. Universe says, here's more unworthiness. If you are unsure of what you want, and this is a huge blocker that I see for so many people, is confusion and overwhelm. Think of it like you're going through a drive-through or something and you see the menu, oh, I want this. And then, oh, no, maybe this one would be a little bit better. Oh, I'm not hungry for that. I had that last week. I don't really know what I want. You're sending out all these different signals and canceling them out. And so the universe just doesn't know what to give you. And so what does it give you? You're in a state of confusion. You're in a state of overwhelm. You get more confusion and overwhelm. The universe doesn't know what to give you. That's why having clarity around what you want to manifest is absolutely a must, a huge manifestation blocker if you are not clear. If you want more because you don't feel like you have enough, that kind of thought is rooted in scarcity. So the universe says, here's more not enoughness. Here's more scarcity. Think about it this way. If you deposit $1 into your bank account every day, when is it enough that you feel rich? Is there a certain number? Rich is very subjective. There might be somebody who lives in a third world country and $100 seems so rich to them. But maybe for you, that $100 feels like it's not enough. And it's just got this completely different energy of scarcity. It's not the number that matters, it's the emotion behind it. When you're saying something's not enough, it's really rooted in scarcity. I once wrote an article on my blog about goal fuel. This was years ago, and it was about what is driving you and pushing you towards your goal. Let's talk about the fuel as food. You can put some really crappy processed foods in your body, full of preservatives, chemicals, fillers, sugar, refined, stripped down white flour. It's fuel for your body. It does give you energy, but does it do the same thing that a meal of nutrient-dense whole foods would do for your body? Nope. Your energy doesn't last very long. You crash and burn, and over time, putting that really crappy processed foods in your body starts to break down because it's not fuel property and you just don't get the results that you want. It's a quick fix, right? It wasn't until I started to study energy that I realized why I wasn't reaching my goals. My fuel, which I mean energy and emotions, was coming from a place of frustration, force, pushing, and from a place of hating where I was. While having drive is a very helpful emotion in getting you to your goals, If your drive is coming from a negative place that you just want to run from, you're not likely going to be able to escape that energy loop in that mindset. What was I getting? What was I manifesting? I'll give you a guess. More of the same. More things to be frustrated about, which caused me more frustration and just perpetuated the cycle of being stuck and frustrated. Remember that reticular activating system we talked about last episode? When you're in the emotion of frustration, your reticular activating system is going to be finding more evidence of things to frustrate you, right? So while you don't have to be in high vibes or stay positive 100% of the time, that's actually a common manifestation myth, by the way, you do need to watch out for what your dominant emotions are. This is why emotions aren't just reactions. They are signals to the universe. Are you staying in a state of lack, self-pity, anger, frustration, resentment? Do you have desperation breath when you get on a sales call with someone? People don't need to be very intuitive to feel your energy. I'm guessing that you can walk into a room where two people have just had a heated argument and you can feel the tension in the air. When you're in these emotions, people don't want to engage with you. They don't want to hang out with you. They don't want to help you. They don't want to sit and listen to your self-pity story. They don't want to date you. They don't want to work with you. And they don't want to buy from you. Now, we are all souls in a human body, having a human experience. And emotions are part of the experience. I'm not saying that you can never experience these emotions. What I'm saying is that it's important that you recognize when you're in these emotions, recognize what your dominant emotions are, and take steps to process your emotions so they don't become that dominant state of energy. When you're feeling a negative emotion, it's just helpful to pause for a moment and know, one, that it's just an emotion, and emotions are vibrations in your body. Two, it's temporary. Acknowledging the emotion, allowing the emotion, breathing into the emotion, letting it move through your body and out of your body to process it. Think of emotions like a beach ball in water. Holding them back constantly is like trying to push a beach ball underwater. All it's doing is trying to pop up to the surface, right? The harder you push down, the deeper you push down that ball underwater, the more it just wants to come to the surface. Having times where we experience low vibrations, such as sadness, actually make it possible to experience the opposite emotion, such as bliss. This is called the law of opposites. If we never experience grief, would we ever be able to experience and appreciate love? What can be very challenging is being around your triggers and learning to overcome them, not falling into that default emotional state or that default thought pattern that you've had around them in your past, and to respond rather than to react. Sometimes you just have to let go rather than trying to fix what triggered you. You may need to put yourself in a new environment. You can't change people. They have to want to change. It's very difficult to get people to see things from the exact same unique viewpoint that you have. Remember that they also have their own perspective and free will as well. And what is a problem for you may not be a problem for them. Let's shift to some emotions that actually aid us in our manifestation. We talked about certainty in regards to faith and belief. We talked about determination, desire, and drive. What about courage? Courage is a great one. Courage helps you know that you can do something despite having the fear. What about hope? Well, hope has a little more lightness about it, right? It's not as heavy as doubt. But ultimately, if you're in hope, you aren't attached to the outcome, but you're not 100% certain that it's going to happen. So you can feel the subtext of a thought or a wish. You say, I hope that somebody's going to come see me tomorrow. It tells the universe that you're not really sure about it. What about fear? Fear is a really interesting emotion. Ultimately, it exists to try to keep us safe. We have to use our prefrontal cortex, which is the newest part of our brain that actually helps us to make executive decisions, to decide, is this fear something that's actually real, a threat, or is it just a thought that's coming from the potential discomfort of doing something new? by getting outside your comfort zone and growing. If all fear was bad, we would all live very small lives. We would take very few risks. We'd not be growing in our skills. Maybe you wouldn't start that business. You wouldn't try changing careers. You wouldn't go skiing or sailing around the world, or you wouldn't move to a new country. I actually have fear around being in front of a camera. I used to do photography. I love being behind the camera. Making videos, putting myself out there, doing this podcast, I suppose, in a way it comes down to a fear of being seen, fear of being judged. But you know what? I did it anyway. I'm expanding my capacity. I'm learning and growing and becoming more resilient. Now, are those two things going to kill me? No, but they are pushing me outside my comfort zone. Believe me, the recovering perfectionist me sees all the mistakes, and I'm choosing to proceed anyway, because otherwise nothing would ever get put out because it probably wasn't perfect and I would still be afraid to be seen. I'm embodying the version of me who just does this because I have people to help. I have souls to inspire, to help them grow, to teach them, to watch them manifest a life they love. And I want them to step into their purpose. I want to help others improve this world. It's all a ripple effect. If I gave into my fears, I couldn't help them and they couldn't help others. Maybe there's someone out there today who needed to hear my message. And in turn, someone out there that needs to hear their message. What if I chose to stay safe and play small in my comfort zone? Then none of this would exist. This is an example of taking aligned, inspired action. And now for the ultimate manifesting emotion, which is gratitude. I know that you've seen many gratitude journals out there. So you might be wondering what's so magical about gratitude when it comes to manifestation. Well, gratitude means that something's already happened. We express this emotion after receiving something. When it comes to manifesting, it signals to the universe that it's already done, that you are a match for that experience and it's already happened. This is why you will see gratitude as part of my manifestation practice. It's part of the daily exercises that I have in the manifestation journal that I give my clients. Each day, I have gratitude for what I have currently in my life, and I also have gratitude ahead of time for what I'm manifesting, or what's already created in the 4D or the quantum field. This energy helps to draw those things to you. I want you to be grateful for that which you have, but also what's already on its way to you. That being said, I'm grateful to my listeners, for my followers, my email subscribers, for my clients who've chosen me to work with them to help them shift their energy and manifest their dream life. And I'm grateful to you who chose to spend part of your day with me, learning and growing. And I'm going to have gratitude ahead of time, knowing that you will be back for another episode. I would also like to give you a gift. Head over to the makeithappenproject.com and get your free copy of my 50 journal prompts for manifestation. I wrote it to help you get clarity around what you're trying to manifest. Because if you don't know what you want, the universe will not know what to give you. Until next time, I'm going to close with Namaste, which means I honor the divine light within you. We hope that you've liked this episode. If so, check out the Make It Happen Project, where you can learn more about the Modern Manifestation Academy. You can also find a community of like-minded people and coaching resources to help you create and live your dream life. And for fun manifestation swag, check out the manifestationshop.com. Thanks for tuning in to the Let's Manifest podcast. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. Let's keep the momentum going because you deserve to manifest your biggest dreams. Until next time, remember, you've got the power to make it happen.